Alright, so with the cover state replaced by a function out of the way, let's continue the work. And we want to first of all test really quickly that we can go into cover, and we can still do that, and we can also jump up, and we can do our regular stuff. We also notice that we cannot get into cover here because the chest trace is gonna miss. So in this case we can actually use this knowledge to say, okay, when we try to take cover, okay, I got something disconnected here. Okay, when we try to take cover, we have these are we facing a wall for the knee point, for the chest point, and so if both of these are true, then we will try to take cover. Call this take cover anim event. Yeah, and we want to change this a little bit because now we have two types of cover modes. So we actually need to go into the change the interface a little bit to include the, let's take for this, take the state, because we may need this later on. So we're gonna just pass on the movement state as movement state, and compile this one and save. And when we change an interface, we always want to make sure that the places that we have this one did not get changed somehow. So in this case I only have it one place, which is nice. So in this scenario here, we are gonna say, okay, we are in standing cover. That is the original one. But let's say when we have this branch, if this turns out to be false, then we can actually make a different check here. So say branch from this one, and say, okay, so if not both of them are true, so let's see, we want to know the knee, local chest knee, if this one was hitting. We know now that not both of them are hitting, but we want to check, so is the knee trace hitting? And if that does not hit either, then we cannot take cover in any way. But in that, in case this one does, then we can actually let's do something else. Let's do something like this. So instead of copying this piece of code, I am gonna introduce a local variable called local movement state, and it's gonna be damn it, movement state, and I'm gonna set this to be in standing cover. Connect this one up, and in the other case down here where only the knee trace hits, then we're gonna say this in crouching cover. I think that's gonna be prettier, and that should be it. I actually don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna drag this one in so it always gets it from this one. Well, yeah, anyway, it looks better to me. So that's the try to take cover. So now we know on the animation blueprint if we are taking cover in in which of the two states we're going to take cover in. So let's switch to the animation blueprint and find the event. I don't know where I put it. Take cover, here it is. So this one has this montage play, stand to cover playing, and now we want to make sorry, make a branch. So we want to put something here. Might want to change it, may pack it into a function later on, but we want to say, are you equal to is standing cover? Then you want to play the original one, and if not, because right now I know I only call it with one of the two, then I want to play the other montage. So I can safely assume that, oops, how did I get that many? So this one is going to be called stand to cover crouch. Okay, so I just remember one thing I might have missed, and that was the fact that the stand to cover crouch did not have root motion enabled. I want to do that. So let's test this out. So if we come up to this one, he will get into the crouch state, and we can get off again, and he will sit down like that. So he will obviously not stay in that pose because we don't have that implemented in the locomotion graph. But let's do that now. So once again, we're going to drag off the idle one and call this cover crouch idle left. No, we are that would be too easy. Add state cover crouch idle left, and the criteria is going to be why do I have my variables and my acrobatics, my movement state? Nope, I don't want to set it. I want to get, and I want to say, are you equal to crouching cover? And you can enter this one, and if you are not in, okay, so this one actually says, are you different from, we actually need to maybe handle both of these two, but for now let's just assume we only need one of them. Okay, so equal to blah blah blah. Not equal to, different from is crouching cover like this, and that is what we need here. And we also want to play something in here, so we want to play blend. No, it's not called cover crouch left BS, and feed it the movement direction for the left one. And we could first of all start testing this. If you remember from last time, the transition going from idle to run up to this, down to this cover idle left, we changed the blend setting duration to 0, because otherwise it would make a little hiccup. So we also want to do that on this one. So 0 out the duration here. So let's test out if we can now get into this state. So now he can move one way and not the other one. And let's go into first person. Something is fucked, I see. I think I know what that is, but let's take a look at that later on. so he can get into this. If you notice, I didn't fix the animation for the stand to cover crouch. So what you will see is that he will move towards the wall and he will sit down in that original pose, and from there on he will blend into the idle state, and that actually looks okay. I think I don't want to spend more time on this, and as you can see I haven't adjusted the size, the distance to the wall yet in animation. Something I need to do. So let's also just make the other one and then cut this video after this and finish up remaining stuff we need to do. So cover, crouch, idle, right, and let's check what we have here. We have either direction less than 0, movement direction, are you less than 0, then you can go in here. So assuming that it should be greater than 0 here. And we want to add the cover, crouch, sneak right. Nope, not that one. We want to have the blend space here with the direction in here. So I think that's it. Let's just move these two down a little bit, because we may need to connect them. But we will do that in the next video. So let's go up here and crouch. So now we can sneak one way and also the other way. So I think this is it for this video. As you can see, we can just pretty easily reuse the functionality that we made from the that is something to be fixed, or maybe not. But it's hopefully easy to see that we can reuse functionality that we made from the different parts in the previous tutorials. So see you in the next video, and bye.